What's up, guys, and welcome back to SCUM. We are still here at the little cabin on our way up to the castle, but I got to thinking, just looking at how they've redone this looks very different than it used to. And I gotta say, I love this. I love this. I'm really, really considering just doing a base here. Just using this cabin as a base. We could still get over there and work on the island, but God, I love this so much. Just the way they've redone all the foliage and the trees and the grass and everything. This just feels like somewhere that I would actually live. You know, I love this so much. And the way they've redone the cabins so that they have a little porch now, and just they look so much better. I love this spot. And as a base, it wouldn't really be too bad. You know, you've got a couple of towns here and here. We've got the castle where we can get archery stuff in theory. Not too far from, the airfield. We've got a fuel station right there. We're kind of right smack dab in the middle of two traders. We've got boot camp not far away. We've got the train depot. At least I'm pretty sure that was the train depot. Yeah, I see the train tracks going to it. I don't know. I keep getting so enamored by how good the game looks now since 1.0. And just little stuff like this is beautiful to me. I love it so much. But let me know what you guys think on something like that. Because I still want to do the island base. It's still a great location for one, and it would allow us to build a lot the way that we want to. But I just love these little cabins and this kind of location. God, it feels so nice. But it's also on, a road here, so it's easy to get to wherever we need to get to. So, I don't know. Like I said, I get really enamored by stuff like this. I love it. God, I love the way they've redone the cabins. I wish that we could build the fireplaces like this. We need to be able to build those. You know, but also, just going around the back, this thing even had a little, like, woodshed type deal back here. And an old greenhouse. I don't know. I love the feel of this place. I really do. This absolutely looks like a place that I would live. But anyway, let's get up to the castle. See if we can't at least get us a better bow. And also there's another cabin up that way, or there used to be anyway. I don't know if there still is, but good lord, just look how much they've improved, like, the look of the roads, how they're slightly overgrown, and just all of this looks so much better since 1.0. I was skeptical. You guys know this. Those of you that have been with the channel for a while, you guys know that I was very skeptical of 1.0. I thought maybe it was just going to be this big disappointment. Let's see. I believe we want that one. Why? No. Which one do we want? Yeah, we want to go that way. But, man, I have not been disappointed with 1.0. There's still things I would like to see improved, and hopefully the devs are working on that. There's also things I'd still like to see added, but, man, just this rework of the entire map like this, that to me just breathed a whole new life into the game, and I just absolutely love it. I really do. Also, Yeah, they redid the whole castle. Yeah, I know you're hungry. We just had some food a minute ago. You'll be fine. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, I hear you over there, friendo. I'm trying to think where this castle was. I'm thinking it was kind of right up in here. Not castle, cabin. I'm thinking it was kind of right in over this area somewhere. So I think we're gonna go take a look for that real quick before we get too much into this. Now they may have just taken this cabin out. I don't know. But it was off this away. Because I remember debating about making a single player base over here before. It was right up here. Yep, looks like there's still something up here. Well, there's still even actually kind of a path going to it. That wasn't there before, I don't believe. But, see, there is another little cabin up here. I don't remember it having a chicken coop before. I think it did have the barn, but I'm not 100% sure. But, man, just look at that view. That is a nice view. The only problem with this one is it is right here on the edge of the snow. And so that may make some things a little more difficult. And there's not a whole lot of trees real close by. I mean, you'd have to kind of go up the hill there a good ways to get to them. Whoop, what's going on? Whoop, okay, there we go. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to function properly, SCUM. That's okay. I'm just trying to record a video here. God, I love these cabins now. Sorry, we are going to get to the castle, I promise. I really want to check these out. Do we have a lighter on us currently? Yeah, we do, and it's full. Okay. Well, then I don't need that one. I don't need either of those either. We already have a cap. Do I like that one any better? Ooh, maybe. And maybe those gloves too. I like the brown ones. I was kind of upset with myself for taking my old ones off and forgetting about them. Yeah, I like the brown ones for some reason. You know, honestly, I kind of like the other cabin spot better. This one's nice, but it just, I don't know, to me it feels a little exposed. Yeah, it's a lot more remote and you can't see it from anywhere, but I like having all the trees and whatnot around, you know? Anywho. Yes, I know there is the cabin by the lake that we're headed to, but that one has very little cover, and for those of you that have seen the video that I did for the 28 hours later series, called, I believe, something along the lines of I've never seen a horde this big before, or something like that. You'll know why I'm hesitant about building or just doing a base at that cabin. You know, it's right next to the trenches in there, and holy crap, we had a massive, massive horde wander out of the woods there. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It should be in the 28 hours later playlist. If I can remember to do it, I'll try to put it in at the end of this video. Why? Just turn the truck off. There you go. Now, let's see if we can't find us something good here. Now, they redid the moat a lot here. You know, there used to be kind of like a perimeter wall out here, I think, if memory serves. And the moat was like concrete embankments. As opposed to this one looks a lot more just like a naturally, dug trench. But they redid all the towers. They redid so much with the castle. Now, this one's kind of separated off from the rest of them, but there's a section of these towers where you can just run along the top of the wall. A banjo. You know, me and Necros were talking on the Wolfpack server about how it would be nice if they had just some pre-recorded tunes that you could play on the banjos and the guitars and stuff like that. Because right now they don't. It's all, you have to actually play the instruments. But, a lot of us don't know how to actually play them. This is probably a bad idea here. Is there anything up here? I highly doubt it. I don't see anything. It's probably not the smartest idea. Hey, oh, okay, no, we're good. We are good. I did not break my ankles. Ooh, is that a well? That is a well. I don't remember there being a well here before. So, good grief, why are you getting hungry so freaking quickly? Sure, we'll take the needle. I've been debating about the slouch hats. I used to wear these quite a bit. For whatever reason, I'm not liking them much anymore. And I'm not sure why. Oh, yes, please. Good lord, that's... I don't remember finding stuff like that here before. Anywho. God, look at how they've redone this. Man, it's beautiful. Now, I don't know... I still don't know if it's... Ooh, actually, you know what? I want to go up there and see what the heck is up there. Oh, that's just a winder. Drat. Well, that's a little disappointing, I gotta say. I don't even recognize the castles much anymore. Just the way they've redone everything with it. I don't know that there's a whole lot of point in trying to go up. Well, there is a crate up there, I guess. I don't know if there's anything in it, but that's what we're here to find out, right? There's some shotgun shells. Carbon. You know what? Sure, we'll take all of that. I'm trying to decide. Let me know what you guys think. Should we fix up that shotgun we got off of the drifter? I don't really need any of that stuff. Or should we just stick with running the MP5? The shotgun is pretty darn handy, but range is going to be somewhat limited. God, I don't remember this before. Like those statues and whatnot, I don't remember those. Oh, this is where we were. Getting turned around. Wait a minute, did they have this as a cathedral? I definitely don't remember that. Don't run into the water. I probably still can't swim worth a crap. Okay. Yeah, there. You see how you got walls going between the towers now? I really want to get up there. Gotta remember how to get back to the truck, too. Also, I need to be grabbing scrap just so we have stuff to build. I don't even remember, what is it? What do we need for a flag? Nine scrap. Okay, everything else is pretty easy to come by. I see you over there. I heard somebody over here. Yep, there you are. Okay. Oh, there's a couple of you over yonder ways. Okay. Really like to find a better bow with some better arrows. So, let's see if we can find something in these towers. We could... excuse me. We could try for, like, a medieval sword and whatnot if we can find one, but I haven't really found those to be... Oh, yes, please. Super duper effective. You know, I would rather have, like, the katana or the, like, the Tang Dao sword. But yeah, you can get up on the walls now and go between towers this way. This could be a really interesting place to try and do like a large scale base. Not for single player, but if you had a big squad and you thought, hey, we could possibly defend that. Well, okay, not what I expected to find here, but I'll take it. I'm not finding any of the stuff I expected to find. I was really hoping for, you know, bows and arrows and stuff like that. And we ain't finding none of that. Climb. Thank you. I love how you can get up on the walls now. Man, the moat looks so much better from up here, too. It looks like it's like a flowing river there. You know what? I guess we should probably be taking some of this clothing just because we're going to need rags for doing like the flag and whatnot. I'm not too concerned about it for bandages, although I probably should be. But, you know. Sorry, I'm trying to get an idea of where I can still go. And where stuff might actually be. Is there anything? No, that's just the bottom of the tower. Because the whole point in coming here was to get better bow. Yeah, I hate the crossbow bolts. I really hate them. Just for... Hey, I see a bow over there, I think. Chili seeds. I don't really intend to do much with chilies. Please be a decent weight bow. Scored 40 pound. Not really. It's a slight improvement over this one, I guess. Barely. Metal sword. I do like those from the standpoint of just they look kind of cobbled together. Actually, we had some kind of homemade machetes that looked exactly like this back on the farm that I used to work at. You know, it was a piece of long scrap metal that we had ground an edge onto to sharpen, and then I think we'd put just like a couple of pieces of scrap wood that we kind of rounded down on there, and then wrapped the whole thing in electrical tape. Not the most professional looking job, but it worked. We're going to carry this for a minute here just because I want to see how effective this thing is. They didn't used to be super duper effective, if memory serves. You know, it's similar in effectiveness to the cleaver, but not as fast, if memory serves. Is it just you by yourself in there? Yeah, see, it's pretty much the same effectiveness as the cleaver, but takes up a lot more space. God, I am starving. Why am I starving? I don't know if the metabolism got turned back up or what, but because I normally turn the metabolism down a bit just because of that exact thing right there. You know, on default, it almost seems like your character is always starving. Like, no matter how much you eat, unless you're just constantly eating, your character is just starving all the time. Oh, we got a feudal's helmet there. Not really what I'm going for. Let's see. Okay, so did we come from this way then? Or is that just... That's another one. That's a different one. Ooh. Can I please find a better bow and maybe some carbon broadhead arrows? Metal broadhead arrows would be fine too. But just some better arrows than these. Oh. Give me that, thank you. I mean, we'll keep taking that. I don't really want the thin line. It's good for, you know, essentially using for thread for things. But I really want the thicker stuff for when... Ooh, small gas can. Oh, we will take the can opener. I don't know that we have a can opener. We have a couple large gas cans, so I'm not too concerned about the small one there right now. I probably should take it. Oh, there's a shillelagh. And, of course, some metal crossbow bolts. I don't want crossbow bolts. I want regular arrows. Ooh, flint and steel. That's nice, but we don't need it. We have a lighter. And I can technically make a bow drill if need be. I'm pretty sure, can't we? I've never done it in this game, but pretty sure we could make a bow drill. Where the heck was the bow drill? Tools and miscellaneous. Yeah, fire drill right there. What does that take? A stick and a knife. Okay, so it's literally just a stick. Perfect. So I don't even technically need the lighter or the matches or flint and steel, anything like that. I'm actually quite curious. We could make some tips for our arrows. We could do stone tips, but the problem is you need to go... Okay, let's even just do the stone tip. Yeah, you still need feathers, which obviously we don't have currently. I'm curious as to how effective those are compared to just the basic stick arrows. You know, also, our truck is over here. I was looking at, we're getting pretty full here, but the reality is there's not a whole lot here that I want aside from arrows and a better bow. Let's see, we have not gone up these yet, I don't believe. And I do apologize. I know my play style is not the most exciting play style, so I do appreciate those of you that stick around because you like the more relaxed, chill play style. You know, with my videos, you're going to get a whole lot of me wandering around and just rambling and kind of enjoying the scenery a lot of the time. But that's what I love about SCUM. You know, it is a beautiful game. It's a game that I could just kind of live in, you know? It is just beautiful. And especially now that they've done the rework of everything. See, I debate about a bedroll from time to time. Now, the reality is, they're only good for dealing with fatigue and stuff. You know, because otherwise I could just rest on, you know, any of these, which I think they would do the same thing. Ooh, yes, more thread. But, I don't know. What I dislike about the bedrolls, unless they've changed it, yeah, it takes the place of your quiver. It shouldn't. You should be able to tie that bedroll on, like, okay, so you see like the dangly straps on the back of the backpack? You ought to be able to tie the bedroll onto those. Or onto the top of the pack or the bottom of the pack or something like that. You really should. So, just the simple fact that the bedroll takes up the same slot as my quiver means that for me it's really not worth it. Oh, is there nothing over this way? I gotta say, aside from the aesthetics, which I do love the way the castle looks now. I love the way it looks and feels. But, gotta say, it's been a little bit disappointing on the loot. You know, the whole reason to come up here is for bows and arrows, and I'm not finding either one. You know, we found a scorpion bow, which is the lowest poundage bow that we can find. You know, it's very, very, very slightly better than the crafted bow. Have I checked these? No. Don't care about those. We have good shoes right now. Well, I'll take more screwdrivers. Absolutely. Why not? But, yeah, as nice as the castle looks, and it does look really nice. It looks good. But, the whole reason to come here is for bows and arrows. And so if you can't reliably get those here anymore, this place loses a lot of its appeal, you know? At least for me it does. You know, I come here specifically to get arrows and better bows. And so far I haven't really found either one. You know, we found a very slightly better bow. And some very slightly better arrows. Now, I am curious. Oh, good, another metal sword. As to which makes the bigger difference, the bow or the arrows. I feel like the bow is primarily more for range. You know, the higher poundage bows, you're going to be able to launch arrows further. And the arrows themselves are going to be more what determines the damage dealt. Now, that's what would make the most sense to me. If you guys have any insight into that, please let me know. Finding a whole lot of wool gloves up here. That's not even remotely what I'm looking for. I want arrows and a gooder bow, please. Ooh. Do we have... We don't have a sporin bag yet, do we? We do now. Hee hee ha ha ho ho. Excellent. Because what I generally like to do is have the sporin bags be either like lockpicking or food/medical supplies. Oh, I've already searched these. Poo. Now, before 1.0, you could also just kind of use the sporin bag as a dump pouch for ammo and whatnot. If you didn't want to wear armor. But considering we have the NPCs now, I kind of want to be wearing armor. You know, I didn't ever wear armor before from the standpoint of I needed it for protection. I would wear it for, hey, more inventory space. But for protection, not so much. Now, where... Okay, our truck is that way. Okay. So did we come in this way? I don't know. Well, we didn't search these yet, that's for sure. I see you guys over there. Whoa. There we go. Now, see, if you can get headshots, these crappy little wooden arrows do a decent job. Are they as good as the broadheads? No. But they're not bad. Oh, that's all just one thing, huh? Well. Really? Nothing? Nothing. Huh. Man, it used to be every one of these towers you'd climb into, you could at least find something. You know, you could come in here and come out with 2 or 3 full stacks of good arrows and, you know, maybe a 70 or 80 pound bow. I ain't finding nothing this time. So that's a bit disappointing. Seems like they have changed up the loot table for this location. That's unfortunate. Because if I can't... Like, why are there crocs here? If I can't come here and find better arrows, then there's really not a whole lot of point in me coming to the castle. You know, and that's unfortunate because that was the main reason to come here. We're just not finding much of anything. We're finding wool gloves and some basic civilian clothing. And that's about it. I don't know why we're finding that kind of stuff here. But whatever, I guess. Yeah, we don't need more stuff like that. Well, like I said, we got a slightly better bow. I was really hoping for like the Predator 70-pound bow. That's where my character's stats work about the best, is with the Predator 70-pound bows. You get good range off of that. Uh-oh. Yay, I can notice things now. Yeah, I don't want to lose these high-quality arrows. That's the thing, with these, I'm not too concerned about them, other than if I do lose them, I have to make more. But at the rate we're going, we're going to have to make more anyway, just because we're not finding the better replacements. That's where we already were. Yeah, I hear... Okay, there's 2 of you over there. 1 of you there. I don't know if there's anybody that direction. I still hear another one over that way. God, I love the way they've redone the foliage. It looks so much better. That's just a big-ass rock. No, that's what I thought. It was a big-ass mushroom. It may be poisonous. Eat at your own risk. Huh. Hmm. It doesn't actually say anything about poison, aside from it may be poisonous. I have no idea if they are or not, but you get a lot of uses out of it, which makes me think maybe it's not, and you could use that for cooking stuff. If any of you guys know, let me know, please. Because I have no idea which of the mushrooms are poisonous. Or make you hallucinate and see a bunch of little tiny puppets running around all over the place. Let's see, that's west. That way is. And we need to go... You know what? Screw it. Let's go around to the west side. Because I don't know, did we actually make it over to the left side yet? Because I feel like we haven't searched all of this, but maybe we have. I guess we probably have. I mean, I think we're okay on scrap for right now. Scrap is not difficult to get, so I really don't want to just load up my backpack with scrap. Yeah, we've searched over here. Okay, well, poo. I guess we've pretty well searched this place then. That's really unfortunate. Well. Hey. This place looks really nice, but man, it's disappointing in terms of what you can actually find here now. Now, I'm sure I probably missed a bunch of stuff. But with the way they've redone it, too, it's kind of hard to tell where you have and have not been. And you're hungry again. Let's see. Well, we have a sparring bag right now, so we're good. And ours is in better condition than that. Yep, I've searched all of this. Okay. Well, I guess we'll kind of cut across the middle here and see if we come across anything as we make our way back to the truck. I feel like this would be an interesting place to have NPCs set up like a camp. It wouldn't be, like a heavily fortified thing or anything. It's not like they would try to resurrect the castle and make it into a castle again, but just something like, they'd set up a few little barricades here or there, maybe. Kind of like what you see in the opening cut scene for the title screen of the game. When you guys boot up SCUM, if you just let that title screen kind of run its course. Okay, is this where we came across? I don't remember. Possibly. If you let that kind of run its course, you see the character bust into a very makeshift raider camp where they've got stuff like pallets and whatnot just kind of stacked up to form a slight barricade that really wouldn't deter much of anything. Okay, yeah, we've been through here. Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure we've checked this whole area then. Man, that is horrendously unfortunate. Well, I guess we're gonna cut or make some more arrows then, because I didn't find anything here. Well, I take that back. We did find, how many arrows do we currently have anyway? 7? We did technically find a few carbon arrows. Not in great condition, but better than... The hell, I have enough stuff to make an improvised rifle? Huh. Well, so I do. I'm trying to decide if we should do that. Because we do have some rifle ammo. Various calibers. Realistically, though, we should just use the AK if we're going to do it that way, because it'll work the same way. You know? Because primarily we have 7.62 by 39. Now, I'm pretty sure back in the Leica, we have some AK magazines. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm thinking we had some AK magazines, or at least an AK magazine. I don't need that. I need food. Which we have back in the truck. Actually, never mind, I put all that back in the truck. I mean, I could try eating this mushroom, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of calories, and I don't know if that's a good idea. So, that was unfortunate. Well, I don't think we're going to be coming back to the castle. And that means that the cabin over there, near the castle, the one kind of up this way, is really not worth doing anything at, because there's no reason to kind of watch over the castle or stick close to the castle. Now, this one here could still be decent, though, because it's still close to a bunch of other stuff. It's not really out of the way of anything. So it's still an option. I still want to get over here and build something on that island. Now, I don't think what we build is going to be nearly as elaborate as what I showed that we could build. But we are going to build something out there. I'm not likely going to bother fortifying anything, with the big... you know what? That's... With the big, perimeter wall and all of the fortifications and stuff like that. Probably not going to bother too much with that. But we will build something out there. But see, this is the problem that I have. Since I already went through and built stuff there with God mode just to showcase what we could do and kind of give you guys some ideas for the base, it's lost a little bit of its appeal now just because I know what can be done there. And I've already built stuff there. So, I don't know. Get rid of this arrow. There, now we have a better one. Oh, I needed food. You know what? Give me a whole head of cabbage. If I can. I'm not sure if I can physically eat the whole head of cabbage. Don't think we're gonna be able to. I think my stomach's gonna get full before the cabbage catches up to it. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Yep, definitely going to. Okay. Well, there we go. We're full now. Now, I don't know how nutritious that was, but God, I need to get these up really badly, don't I? Yeah, we need to get some fish in us or something. Oh, actually, we still have wolf meat back in the Leica, don't we? I need to get back there and cook that up. Okay. Well, I think that's about going to do it for this episode. I said the plan is still to get to the island there, still build our base there, because I would still like to do a base there for single player. But I am also looking a lot more at some of these little cabins and whatnot, because that's much more my style. I would, if it was just me playing on single player just for my own benefit and just for fun, that's probably what I would do, is just pick one of these small cabins, build some storage inside of them, maybe build, like a little outbuilding or something to use as a workshop slash garage or something like that. But I like taking over, those little cabins and stuff like that, because they're just really, really nice, and they're low maintenance. Um, but I do still want to build our base out here on this island. So we're still going to do that unless you guys are fine with not seeing that anymore or would like to see me build something somewhere else, since I did the bonus videos showcasing what can be done out there. So let me know on that, because if you guys are satisfied with seeing those buildings there and would rather see me do other stuff now, pick a different spot to build or just do a different kind of base or a different location for a base, let me know. I'm not sure what that is, if that's another little cabin or not, but anyway, let me know on that. Um sorry, I'm still disappointed by the castle. Now there is also a cabin up here that I did a very brief base at in the multiplayer server. I never actually finished building it. I just started on the framework for it, and that was about it. But there's a cabin up there that I'm curious as to what it looks like now. But we do need to get us a base established, at least a camp of some kind where we can start cooking food, having some storage, where we can just leave things and have them be secured and whatnot. So at the very least, this cabin would still work great for that, because we don't have to build a fortress out there. We could just go out there, build a little cabin out on the island. I think that would actually work really well. Just, build a little bridge out there, build a cabin. I'm very hungry. No, you're not. You're fine. You got a belly full of cabbage. Build a little cabin out there, or even just build a small shelter inside the rock formation. So I still want to do a base out there, but it's not likely to be as big and elaborate as I showcased, just because I did that to see what we could do. Anyway, I'm rambling now, and most people have probably left the video, so I'm just going to plug the links in the description. We've got St. Jude Children's Hospital and Wounded Warrior Project, both linked in the description. So if you guys would like to support either of those charities, go check out those links. Is it going to rain again? And then we have my Discord server, where you can talk to me more directly than in the comments section. as well as the Discord server for the Wolfpack multiplayer SCUM server that I do all of my live streams on. It is a PvE server. We have the sentries and dropships turned off, but we do have NPCs and hordes turned on. And we currently have puppet numbers maxed out. So you should, in theory, see similar things on there as you can see on my single player stuff. But it's a nice chill server. People are helpful. So if you're new to Scum or you're just looking for a nice chill place to hang out, go check it out. And make sure to read the server rules page on the Discord server. That will tell you the rules and the settings for the server. If it sounds like a good fit for you, get in touch with either myself, Necros, or Cornbread, and we will get you set up with the password. And then we have my wife's YouTube channel, where she does a variety of videos, including rain and relaxation videos, little comedy videos, paranormal videos, where she posts informational videos on just various haunted locations, as well as evidence that we have captured on some of our investigations. And we do our family live streams over there, where we play games like Phasmophobia and Ghost Exile. So if any of that stuff sounds interesting to you, go check out her channel. And other than that, I'm going to stop talking your ear off. If you guys like the videos and would like to support the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel grow. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one.